Up, everybody. It's only 9 o'clock. Don't anybody tell me they're sleeping already. Everybody's sitting on the couch. Well, I'd be asleep by now, probably. Or dozing in and out at the very least. Hey, what's up, Don? What's up, Eric? Oh. Ooh, what's everybody doing today? Did you guys, Don, I saw you fish today. Did you fish today, Wiz? Keith Horns, I just looked up that website for that captain. They don't say much on it. I'll give him a call tomorrow. I'm stoked, though. Did he have any more seats left, or were you and I the last one? I'll tell you, they've got a small craft advisory. This afternoon and tomorrow. That wind's honking out there right now, big time. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. It has been, we're going to talk about my day today, and it has been a long and fruitful day. Right? Courtney and I have been running nonstop since 8 o'clock this morning. So, how's everybody doing? Great to see you guys and girls tonight. Let's do a quick rundown of who's here already. Eric Wisniewski, Don Thier, Keith Horns, Joseph Zeski, Thad Lance, Scott Duranda, Paul Messina. What's up, buddy? Are you back from vacation yet? I saw your pictures on Facebook. Looked like a lot of fun down there in the warm weather. I don't want you to feel guilty for not bringing your friend, and leaving me up here in the cold. That's okay. My feelings will eventually heal, I'm sure. But I'm glad to have you back. Danny Diamond. Damn, I love that name. Danny Diamond, what's up? Michael Hoover, what's going on? John Burrows. John Burrows bought his ticket because he loves me and he's going to support us. But I don't think we're going to see John Burrows back in time. I think he'll be actively engaged in his pickleball quest for world domination. Let's see. Typically fishing, watching from work, catching you on my break. What's going on, my man? Nice smallmouth account. Thank you very much. Yeah, fishing's picked up here a little bit. I've been fishing the shallow program on the days that I'm out there. I didn't. Hold on. Damn it! I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. I'm sorry, Mike Hoover. I made you yawn. Tammy Hoover, slap Mike for me and keep him awake, will you? No. All you guys that are married out there, do your wives just be mean to you all the time?
We're not married, so nice try.
Nice try. She won't make an honest man out of me. Richard Ethier. How we doing? Gary Walters, Jim Wildbrookies, Aaron Lussier, Jeff Wooden. Got some flyers up in Buffalo. My man. Thank you. Thank you. TG, good evening, Matt. Gorgeous weather. Boy, it's a beautiful day today. Even when the wind did start blowing, still beautiful. Courtney and I stopped at Arctic King in Central Square tonight for the first time of the season to get our ice cream fix, because Arctic King has good ice cream, and we're fortunate as a community in Brewerton and Central Square to have ice cream. Those are those kind of businesses that make a town fun. Paul Messina just lied right to me. I thought of you every time I ate fish tacos, buddy. No, you didn't. You were drinking something and eating something, and you were like, "Oh, Matt, who? He's back half frozen with a jigging rod in his hand like this, going, I'll catch fish." This is awesome. So Tammy Hoover is telling Aaron Lussier, I work with Megan. I'm assuming Megan is connected to Aaron. Look at that. People are making contacts here in the comments. I love that, man. Brian Hammond, what's up, buddy? John Burroughs. What to get married? I think you meant want to get married at the pier. I have a judge if needed. I don't know that's that sounds very illegal. I have a judge if needed. Like, where is he? In your pocket?
Oh my God. You just made it illegal.
I just made it illegal and a little immoral. I don't know. Possibly, whatever. I know a guy. So let's talk about today. I did not fish this morning. I thought about it. It was a beautiful morning. Courtney and I were at the Constantia Walleye Hatchery this morning at 8:30. I have talked to Bill Evans and set up a time, and we went there today to make a video, just like we did up to the Salmon River Hatchery a couple weeks ago. And they were stripping walleye eggs, and I got to sit in with them, and they walked me through everything. And I got to strip some females. I got to strip a couple males and mix up the magic. It's funny. If anybody ever has eaten grits or like cream of wheat, that's really what it looked like when they were mixing the whole cocktail together in the big tub. And it's funny. It really was funny. A lot of fun. Boy, there were some big fish in the holding tanks over there. I'm going to tell you, I mean, some big Mac Daddy, well into the high single digits. I mean, 8-9 pounds. There was one that was swimming in the tank. She was in a female tank, but there was two in the male tank that were enormous. I mean, 27, 28-inch fish. I didn't pull them out of the tank. I didn't want to mess with them, but I was drooling over them. I mean, big, fat, that big around. I said to Courtney, that one fish, that one male, I saw, I'm like, that's bigger than the one you caught on the St. Lawrence last year. So we went to the hatchery this morning and had a great time. So we filmed all that. We helped. It's funny. I've caught fish all my life, but now I got to actually make fish today, and we got to be the breeders and had a great conversation with Bill Evans. He walked us through a bunch of stuff. They're going to be taking eggs for another couple days, maybe even to the end of the week. So if you're still looking to go and see it, if you've never seen it, if your kids are on spring break this week, there is so much cool stuff to go and look. And I'm like a little kid all the time. Courtney and I walked around those tanks, and I could have kept doing it. The two things I love about that place, and it brings back memories as a child. It's the way it smells in the hatchery. I love the way it smells in the hatchery. It's possible I'm a weirdo. It's possible you're a weirdo. I don't know. And I just love looking at those fish. It's just cool. It's so cool. And every one of them is different. They had some sturgeon in the one tank on the other side. They had a couple tiger muskies, all of which I found very fascinating. And so I hope that when the video is done, everybody enjoys it. It'll be done soon. Tammy Hoover says we're all weirdos. Right on. We're going to fly that freak flag high, wide, and proud. I'm okay with that. Jim and Carrie Carker. Really just Jim Carker. I'm sure Carrie could care less about hearing my voice. I was there Sunday, and there was one female that won.
Yeah, there was one particularly
Yeah,
large.
huge, huge. Brian Hammond says that place is my favorite part of spring, I think. Yes, it is. There's a lot wrapped up there. Today was like a nostalgia tour. So okay, so we did the video. Let's keep on track, Matt. We did the video. Had a great time there. When we were done, we filmed Bill Evans. Again, is the head boss man there at the Constantia Hatchery. Yep, great guy, super nice to talk to. Couldn't have been more accommodating. Very knowledgeable. He tagged. He did our tagged fish for us. We showed a video earlier, and he actually personally, we put him in his boat in a tub, and he took them out on the lake and dispersed them out on the lake himself. I thought that was pretty cool. He offered to do that. He was excited, and he asked me if I wanted to go with him. And originally, I had said I was going to, and I was like, oh, I'm going to take video and I'm going to film it, and it'll be great. And how you do these tagged fishes, and I'll give you guys a little tiny look behind the curtain. You do a tagged something. So if anybody's ever went to a golf tournament, raise your hand if you've ever played in one of these charity or whatever, fundraiser golf tournaments or just a golf tournament. You pay your money and you go in. There's all kinds of stuff you can win and prizes, and there's always like a long drive or a hole in one. And I've seen hole in ones where there's a car, there's a boat, there's $10,000. What you do in the modern world is there are insurance companies that underwrite those things, and they do it for pennies. And so I don't even know what something would cost, but it's pennies on the dollar. And depending on what the odds are, that's how they base what their premium is. So like for these tagged fish, it's 1 in a million, literally. If Cornell and New York State DEC says there's 1 million tagged walleyes out there, and those are part of the pool of tagged walleyes, then it's a 1 in a million chance, literally. I mean, it's better odds than winning Powerball or Mega Million, but it's still pretty steep odds. 3 in a million. So what they do is, we have the tags. They have numbers on each of them. There's no other tag like it. There's only 3 of them, and we buy an insurance policy for whatever it is, the amount, and then so Bill did the fish tagging for us. So we have 3 tags out there swimming around tonight in the Oneida Lake. They're yellow. They're about that long, and all 3 fish are females. I watched them be spawned. And the reason we put them in spawned females is because, as Bill said, he goes, that way we have nothing is certain in life, and certainly not in the animal kingdom. But they're going to go back out to the lake because they realize their body, it might take them a day or 2 to realize it because they were forcibly spawned. But their body will say that you're done and to go out to the depths and start looking for food. And so those fish aren't going to try and come back in. If you would have tagged males, the male's still going to try and get in there and keep spawning, So we didn't do males. And all 3 of those females that we did tag are medium size. They're keepers. They're less than 20 inches long. And that's what most of us catch all the time. And quite honestly, I hope not everybody. I hope that we catch all 3 of them, honestly. That what could be better than giving prizes away to your customer, to your contestant, to your, what better? What makes people want to do it again? Winning. What makes people excited, and stuff like that. So I hope those are all caught. let's catch up here real quick. Hi, Kerry Carker. Tim Cook, were those tiger muskies for Oneida? No. I asked the same question. They do not stock any tigers in Oneida Lake. They did years ago. He didn't know the exact year. They did it for a short period of time, and that was it. So there could be tigers, and I'm sure there are some tigers in Oneida Lake, but they are no longer stocking them and haven't for a while, he told me. He did show me the list, and what I found interesting was, so the Oneida Lake Hatchery is supplying all of the walleyes in New York State waters, wherever they may be. And he showed me the list, and there was quite a list of places like Chautauqua Lake, and I've never fished Chautauqua. I hope to be out there this summer. You hear all those. You hear it's the Oneida Lake of Western New York. I don't know what it's like size wise. I've never been there, but those Chautauqua walleyes are Oneida Lake eyes. They're coming from our population and doing that out there. The Allegheny, quite a few non-Great Lake waters that I was surprised about. Those tigers were going to Atisco. They were going to Cross Lake too. Now, I've been on Cross Lake years and years ago. I wasn't fishing it. I did fish it. I don't know much about Cross Lake, and that was one time when I was a kid at a family party out there. But of those tigers that we do raise, quite a few of them go to Cross Lake, and he said there's a pretty good size fishable population in Cross Lake. I did not know that. So those tiger muskies come from the fingerlings come from Pennsylvania, which we trade them walleye fingerlings. And I think he said they were putting them in Kinzu Reservoir and someplace else, but Kinzu, I think for sure. So it's pretty funny that Chautauqua and Kinzu walleyes would be Oneida Lake walleyes. That's where their genetics are from. So Tim Graver, good evening, Matt. I was there Saturday watching them mix the grits. And yes, there were some beautiful walleyes in those tanks. Yeah, there really was. It's pretty awesome. I did ask Eric. Eric Wisniewski said, did I ask what the largest fish this year was? I did ask him, and he said nothing monumental. He goes, they don't typically weigh or measure many of them. He said they had seen a couple this year already that were at 10 pounds. And he reiterated to me, because when him and I talked a month and a half ago for the first time, I asked him if there ever, what was the biggest one they'd ever measured. And he said it was 29, 28 and 3/4, 29 and 1/4, somewhere's in there. And he said that they hadn't seen anything topping that yet this year. And I said something earlier today too. When the day comes, and the day's going to come, like anything else in life, the day will come. Somebody's going to catch a 30-inch walleye out of Oneida Lake. They'll be a legend. They will be a legend, right, wrong, or indifferent. Luck of the draw, Snoopy rod, doesn't matter. They'll be a legend because they'll be the first one. And now, for it to happen now in this day and age, where that record could live on digitally for a long time, like that would be pretty outstanding. And God, if that happened during Walleye Fest, that would really be crazy. So you guys, don't let me down. If we catch a 30-inch walleye during the Derby, like that'll make, I don't know, in the fishing world, that would make national news. Like, why wouldn't that make the news more than like the guys cheating in Lake Erie did last year? That's negative. We don't want to spread that around. But if we caught something like that in our Derby, we could really spread that around. Aaron Lussier, pretty sure the Airbnb myself and my friends are staying at is within 100 to 200 yards of Scriba Creek for Walleye Fest. Walleye Fest. I think Walleye Fest is a little heavy metal. I'm not going to lie. I'm a deadhead. But every time I do it, every time I see the teeth, every time I look at that cool black and white logo, I'm like, walleye fest. Yeah. So I don't know if there's going to be a heavy metal band. I don't know. But I don't know that there's not going to be one either. Don Terry, I always go to the OLA meeting, and that gets me pumped for opening day. I think that's April 29th, if anybody wants to hear the status of the fish in the lake. So that's what Courtney and I did this morning. All right, we went to the hatchery, we tagged the fish, we got all that stuff done. Then we came home. By the time we got home, it was noontime. We got things switched around. We got the truck emptied. We got the trailer hooked up, and then it was off to see Bruce Hall and a couple of the other great people from the Lions Club down in Chittenango, and we picked up all the rest of the equipment that they had, all the measuring boards and scales and all of that stuff, and we brought that home. Now, what I will say is, it was pretty amazing. We started opening some stuff up. We have a pile. They gave us boxes of stuff for giveaways, tackle and hats and T-shirts, and we're adding to that pile. My goal at the very least is every single person that fishes the Derby is going to walk away with something, if not more than one something. You know, I really want to be able to give stuff away to people and spread the joy that is fishing that we all know to other people. I've got enough stuff right now for every single kid, no matter what. Any of the kids that are in the 15 and under portion of the Derby, they're going to walk away with something. Tonight, I had a gentleman, he asked to remain anonymous. I'd never met him before. He reached out to me about a week and a half ago, and he says, Matt, I'd like to donate some money for something good during Walleye Fest. And I went over and talked to my good friends Josh and Jim over at Crossroads Auction House yesterday. And I said to Jim, and Jim's the head auctioneer, and Jim's a wheeler and dealer, and I love him, man. He's full of great ideas, and he's got a lot of connections. And I said, Jim, I got a budget of, $50 or $60 each for the kids division for the top 10 places. And I said, can we do something for that in that budget? And he goes, yes. And I said, it's got to be fishing related. I want these kids to have rods and reels and lures and line and tackle boxes and you name it. So this gentleman and it was extremely touching. I'm gonna tell you right now. And when he called me last week, I was even more taken back, because even though I believe in people's generosity and good nature and the positive things that we all embody, you never quite know who you're going to run into. And that offer was pretty amazing. And so I got back to him today, and he said, I'm going to underwrite the whole thing for all those kids' prizes. Now, we have more prizes on top of that for the kids' divisions. And I encourage you, if anybody out there has kids, knows kids that want to go fishing, kids can fish offshore. They can do whatever, it doesn't have to be fancy to get a kid out fishing. You can go simply sit on the dock and drown a worm. But I encourage everybody listening, if your kids or kids would be interested in this, bring them. It's $5 to get them in, and I guarantee you they're going to walk home with more than $5 worth of stuff. That's my promise to you. We are absolutely going to get back and make this memorable for everybody. Okay, that's my goal in life. So that was the middle of our day, and the Lions Club gave us all that stuff, and so now our giveaway pile just doubled. Okay, and some great history in some of that stuff as well. I put up a picture on Facebook of one of the old measuring boards, and if you're a local Central New York person like I am, I don't even know when somebody want to do the research and tell me when Grossman's closed, and Grossman's was before, it was a lumber yard. It was long before Lowe's and Home Depot and any of those places. It was here in Syracuse. I don't know how many other places it was. All the measuring boards had the yardstick, the wooden yardstick inlaid into them, and the yardstick said Grossman's on them. I thought that was hilarious. But those are those kind of memories. That's why I'm doing this. That's why we're continuing to do this. That's why you guys are supporting it. That's why you're buying tickets, because this is really a great thing. And it's something that we're all going to look forward to. This year it's new, and we're going to do our best to get everybody involved. But everyone knows that next year is going to be even bigger. Which means it's something to look forward to. This is the spring fishing version of hunting camp, deer season, opening day of Southern Tier, hunting camp, going with all the boys, doing your thing, looking forward to something for months or a year in advance. That's what Walleye Fest is going to be. And it's really going to be outstanding. So that was the middle of our day. We went down, we got all that stuff, we brought it home. I touched everything and blah, 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 and got everything organized. Then at 7 p.m. this evening, I was asked to do a presentation for the Lake Forest Sportsman's Club here in Brewerton, part of the Onondaga County Sportsman's Federation. And I was eager and pleased to get over there and talk. They asked me if I would talk for a few minutes about Walleye Fest to their members, and also if I would talk about fishing blade baits for walleyes for opening day. I did both of those. We had a great seminar, I thought, and some good question and answers. And I went through my system on how to fish blades. I had my camera all set up with a tripod, and we were doing great things. And I look over when I said, thanks everybody for having me. And I never turned the camera on. I yelled at everybody in the crowd. I'm like, you guys had one job. You had one job. All you had to do was say, turn the camera on, Matt. One job. So that was really a pretty good seminar, I thought. I thought it came off pretty well. If anybody's on here that was there, you can chime in and say it was terrible or not. But I would have liked to have that on tape. Yeah. But I don't. So moving on. Jim Carker says, what size fish did you use for tag fish? The 3 females were all 18, 19 inches, give or take. Typically fishing, going back to work. Have a great night. All right, you too. Have a great night, buddy. OLA is the 26th, says Brian Hammond, and I gotta talk to Booth and to John Harmon tomorrow and see, because we'll definitely be there. We'll set a table up and we'll give out flyers and all that fun stuff. Jim English, Bill is a great guy, and Jim English is from Chittenango Lions Club. Bill's a great guy. He always did the same thing for the risk, for the fish he tagged for the Lions. Glad you had a chance to experience it. It was a lot of fun. Risk equals fish. Jim Carker, that is good to know about the walleyes in Chautauqua or from Oneida. That means they will like I1 baits. Jim, do you fish Chautauqua, and how far is that from your house? And if you answer yes to both of those questions, then how come you haven't taken me yet? You can answer in any order you want. Matt, I need more flyers. If you have them, I'm out of them. I'm out of them too. My partners said they'll have more for me this week, so I will send more out. Thank you again. Hey, Scott Tagati, there you go. Scott was there tonight, listening to my spiel. Tim Graver. Don, I read the article about you and your family in the Oneida Lake Bulletin. That's so cool. Thanks for sharing the memories. Tim, Don Terry's family goes back a long way on this lake. I thought Don told me his ancestors came over from Germany and built quite the family business out of nothing on the shores of our lake. Pretty amazing stuff. Beaker. Michael Hoover, you could do a seminar from your boat. Well, that's a good idea. Scott Tagata is talking about the Lake Forest Sportsman's Club, nice lodge, 2 ranges plus archery, only $40 a year. Nice job on the blade bait presentation. Thank you, sir. Michael Hoover, it would be great. That's a great idea. Vinny Shepard, is the ticket counter on the website current? I'm not. I don't think so. I can tell you what it is though right now. Mark Webb, our illustrious IT and website guru, has been thankfully on vacation with his family, enjoying himself. So I'm sure it's not updated. We'll have to wait for him to get back tomorrow. But I can tell you right now what it is. Right as of today, it is 434 tickets, and that's up almost 150 from less than a week ago. So it's going up every day, 20 a day, give or take, and that number is going to go even higher. It's funny, in the last 2 days, driving around the lake and going over to Chittenango and all that stuff, you're seeing a lot of uncovered boats, fishing boats, in people's yards. Very cool. Oh, it's 2 hours from your house. Okay. Yeah, that's let's go after walleye fest. Sure, absolutely. Anything is possible. What's going on? Don Birdie, what's going on? You guys are just tuning in. Vinny Shepard, up. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. And so today, and Jim English will tell you, today when I was there talking to the people from the Lions Club, and they told me this before, the last week before the Derby started, it was just bedlam because they were selling tickets as fast as they could sell them. It's the first year, and I really wanted to be farther ahead of schedule than we are. But, it's we're going to still get there. It's just a matter. It's going to be a little later than earlier. It is what it is. All right. It's 30 minutes. I'm beat, everybody. It's been a long, eventful day. And rumble seat. Oh, my friend Bob. He just comes in, just got here. Can you repeat everything? Sure, I can. Oh, God. That's funny. Can you repeat everything? Yes. Anything for you, my friend. Yeah. I'm wiped out. Love you guys. Every single one of you. Keep your tip up, and I will see you tomorrow. And if the wind's howling like this, I don't think I'll go out there. I'll go to work early, and then I'll see you guys later. But so somewhere tomorrow,